Traders from around the world, welcome to your Friday, January 18th Real Life Stock Review. Hope you had an absolutely wonderful week. Just a small reminder, the U.S. markets are closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. I'm up here in New York City for a wonderful event. If you are in the area or are interested, there are still some spots open if you want to come and hang out with me tomorrow. But between now and then, just congratulations for all the traders who did very well today. Today was a day where you could have made about as much money as you really wanted to in the markets because there were some great gaps. Look at this gap on the SPY. So this is a 5-minute chart, and obviously it was a retest gap. Right, it was a white candle gapping up, and look at this retest. I mean, come on. It's one of those days where it just is perfect. It rotates down. You get this bullish candle here, and then you get like an inside candle pennant pattern. Look at that, and then it breaks out, and then it retests again. I mean, just a really good move on the SPY today. And yeah, congrats to all those traders who took a serious advantage of that move. Also, Facebook had a decent gap. So here's the 5-minute chart. Let me go over to the daily. So the daily chart on Facebook, you can see that it did gap up. Long-term moving averages actually opened right on the 100. So here's the first 5 minutes. It just traded sideways, as you can see, traded sideways, high wave candle, and then boom, closed above it at 9:20 Central. Really good move, nice run up, and then it rolled all the way down as well today. So that was a lot of volatility on Facebook. NVIDIA, look at this retest gap on NVIDIA, just a really nice gap, wonderful, just barely above all of these wicks, right? Super small gap. There's no moving average, on the daily chart that we are really running into, and the weekly we were pulling into the 10 EMA on the weekly chart. That was at 157.95, so there was nothing in the way. And the first 5 minutes, you'll see that it just gapped up, traded down into the averages, bounced around, and then popped out of here. So that was a really good move. And of course, can't forget Tesla. Look at Tesla. I mean, this is a strong bearish gap and go. Really perfect. I mean, all these white candles right below the pivot. This was a 2-day pennant pattern right here. Really small move and just a phenomenal gap. And then check this out. Look at this 5-minute chart. You had a white candle right at open, entry here, stop there, and you would have probably had to most likely buy puts on Tesla because it was hard to borrow if you're trying to short shares. And look at my boy Corey over here. Corey nailed 2.4 Rs on Tesla. It's a wonderful trade. And then Chief is actually selling options on Tesla. So he's not expecting it to go lower, but not necessarily a bad thing because he wants to maybe own some shares of Tesla at $245. I am looking at doing some put sales again on Tesla. Robert Falco sold a $150 for March at $1.28. I think that there's a small chance that we can go a little bit lower, especially with a gap like that on Tesla. And if we do, for my option selling fans, I'll be looking at doing something down here again on ticker symbol TSLA. But that really was just an amazing gap. Netflix today didn't gap really at all. Pretty rare for that to occur on earnings, but it's okay. Here's the 5-minute chart, and the first 5 minutes you opened with a really nice lower shadow, good type of, sorry, I didn't open, that was from yesterday, but closed below that low, retested if you see on a 3-minute chart. It's a really pretty, very cute 3-minute chart. So super small gap. We took out the hammer from the last 5 minutes, retested, rolled down, bounced up, rolled over again. So there's a lot of trading opportunities on Netflix today as well. A lot of volatility. But I mean, from here, as far as the swing trade's concerned, I just think it's a nice dip buying opportunity if it pulls back into some of these averages. Most likely, trade down to the 326 area and then potentially bounce. I do still think at some point Netflix will come down and fill this retest gap that occurred on a weekly. Don't know when that happens, but I'm totally fine with it if it does occur. Never got filled in my bear call spread, unfortunately. I tried it and just never got any good premium. So that's too bad, so sad. Nice little trade. All right, speaking of nice trade, check out this on Raytheon Energy, ticker symbol RTN. This was a trade that we took, and it was a 2.7R winner. This was the trade of the day for me, as you know, it hit pretty much after a little bit after market open, and I just did my absolute best all day not to give any of that back because I had a small losing day Thursday and a small losing day Wednesday, and one nice today. So this was the trade. This was a swing trade, and again, once it closed bullish on the 10th of January, set that up to buy the dip, bought it, got filled on the 11th, and then sold today for 2.7Rs on RTN. Here's how that looks on the hourly chart. And again, right here, this is the day. I'll come back over here. This is exactly what it looks like when we set that trade up. Right here. So on that, this is the hourly chart. Again, I don't know why that's not loading. Let me try this one more time. Weird. Anyway, so this is the candle right here. This was the closing. Right, had just a nice 3 bullish candles in a row, and my thought was, so here's what the hourly chart looked like at the time. So 3 strong bullish candles, a good volume. Got this high wave candle right here, so I more or less just wanted to enter at the high of that candle. That was really it. Stop right below the 50, pretty normal, and just had that little pullback to 148. 158.45, sorry, and got filled the very next morning on RTN. So that was, anyway, a good swing trade. Nice little pop in there. Swing trades that also had some condors expire worthless. So this was 3M. Let me pull this up on the daily chart. Give me a second. I don't know why TradingView is going real slow right now. But 3M is up 2.1% today. Nice little move, and this was a 210-220 bear call spread on December the 8th, which was this candle right here. That's why I did the analysis, and then got filled on the 10th. So here's your long-term moving averages. I'll pull those up on a daily chart, and you can see that we were at that particular point in time nice and far below the daily moving averages. Plus, at the time, the weekly moving averages, you'll see that 210 was right above the 100 as well. And then it came down into the support, and then I did on the 20th of December, got into the 170, 165 bull put spread, and the 20th of December was this day right here. So nice little condor on 3M. That one expired worthless, and I know a lot of you emailed me about that Tesla condor that I had, the really, really big one. For those of you who don't recall, I'll pull that up. But that one also expired worthless today. So really a decent day out there in the markets. I mean, this was, for me, a good 4-hour day, and that's really wonderful. So if I come over here and TSLA, Tesla, pull this up. This was... So these are all the option sales that I've been doing since then, and this was all the way back in July. So this is the longest condor ever, and that was a $4 condor too. That literally wasn't even profitable until like a few weeks ago. 400, 410, 250, 240, and that was negative. I mean, I could have sold it numerous times for better prices since then. But it did. I mean, it closed right in the middle. Just trade sideways. Didn't really do that much. We're consolidating or distributing right now. We're just trading sideways on Tesla. So that was a really nice expiration. Speaking of expiration, here's Alibaba and BABA. One of our really great real-life traders, Robert Falco, had himself a 155 covered call get called away today, and that expired in the money for him. So he was profitable. He got put some shares with a naked put at some point, got put some shares, and then, turned around, did a covered call, got called away today. So congrats, Mr. Falco. And Yates had a 155 put sale that expired worthless today. So good job, Yates. Here's Square. And Square was up 5% today. Strong move. Really pumped about this. I'm loving it. Got this $70 covered call. And again, remember, we got put shares at 60. So if we get called away at 70, my particular one is February week 1 right here. That's 2 weeks away. So my thought is on Square, we'll probably trade up a little bit higher into 75. Then we'll retest, potentially. So maybe this covered call actually does end up expiring worthless. We'll see. But Robert Falco had a covered call, and he got called away at 64, also for a profit. So well done there, sir. And just all kinds of goodness happening today. Good day in the markets. Hope you absolutely crushed it. Let me know how well you did. Thanks for being here and for tuning in. Remember, next week is the Wealth 365 Summit. I will include this link in your email and also in the description of this YouTube if you want to check it out. I will be doing a presentation on January the 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be discussing all about the 3-minute charts for day trading. Go ahead, check it out. It'll be free. It'll be a fun webinar. A lot of good presenters, tons of information. Enjoy. Friends from around the world. Thanks for being here. I'll see you later. Until next time, love life, trade it. Bye.